this man? And why is he in town? Is he someone you'd invite to dinner? Or someone you'd want your daughter to meet? Is he trustworthy? Well, we'll find out when I meet this mystery guest. Also, comedian Jackie Vernon and the wife. Well, you might remember that show from last week. We've been doing our share of hyping of the film King Kong for, I guess, a lot of reasons. King Kong as a film has been on our minds for more than a year. And I'm really proud to introduce you right now to Dino de Laurentiis, who is the genius behind the creation of King Kong, as well as 400 other films, a really unique individual in the annals of American filmmaking. And we're happy to have you with us on Midday.
Thank you, Bill.
How is King Kong doing?
Fantastic. In every place in the world. We did in the first 3 days in the United States, $7 million. We've broken all records. In Japan, in France, in Italy, it's the same. Just fantastic.
Now, I know from reading about you, what you want to do with King Kong is you're out to beat Jaws. You want the gorilla to beat the shark.
Well...
Are you going to do it?
One day, one guy said to me, why you don't put the scene in which King Kong eats the Jaws?
Just reach down into the ocean and pick
it. Was a joke. No, really, Bill, no. When I start to make a movie, I have only one idea, to make it the best movie I can. When I start to think about to beat the Jaws was when I finished the movie.
When it was over.
I see cut to the movie, the first print. I say, well, the picture come along in the way really I want to do it. Maybe we have a chance to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But not one cry at the end of the picture.
I had a tear. I mean, I wasn't shedding, I wasn't sobbing and weeping, but I
cry. But I must say, I worked 2 years with this movie. I studying, I work in every frame. But when I see the final, at the end of the picture, cut together, I receive a shock too. And I come touching. Because Kong working this movie like a human being. His expression, his eyes. He look like a really human being. This is the reason you cry at the end. And women cry. You know why? Because Kong is capable to die for his women.
For his love.
For his love.
For his love. Sure.
I don't know how many men today, if we are ready to die.
For the women we love. You know what I'd like you to do, if you would? For the benefit of those who haven't seen the movie yet, and there are many, and I know a lot of people are planning to do it, would you describe one scene in the film? Would you describe the scene where Kong has Jessica Lange in his hand, and she's muddy, and he's holding her under the shower, and show what he does? Explain what he does.
Well, this is waterfall. You know, the sequence of waterfall. This is one of the most poetic scenes for me in the movie. When Kong really come in love with the girl, and he realizes she's very dirty in the mud, you know. Then he takes the girl, he put in the waterfall. Incidentally, this waterfall was shot in Brazil. These are the big waterfall in the world, from Mato Grosso in Brazil. Yeah. Or it was very difficult, the sequence to do it. Then Kong take the girl, put it under the water, then he sent in the water, and then when the girl come out in his hand, he start to, what do you say in English?
Blow.
Blow.
Blow dry.
And because Kong cannot talk, he want to say to the girl, I love you, but he cannot tell the girl because he was not in position to talk. And this is really very touching, but very difficult scene to do. It's one of the most difficult sequences to do it.
Really? Well, I can't begin to think. I think this film is going to win all of the Academy Awards for technical achievement. I mean, so. Really, just a couple of things. What it must be like. Stop and think now watching. Here is a man. The film cost, what, $24 million? $24 million. At one point in the production of this film, something went wrong, you know. If it goes wrong in the business.
Every day.
It was costing you $7,000 a minute for that delay.
I never make this calculation, but you're right.
$7,000. Tell us what goes on inside the producer when you're losing $7,000 a minute.
Well, you know, Bill, it's not the first time in my life I make so big a movie. I remember in 1952 when I did War and Peace with Audrey Hepburn and Harry Fonda. I spent in 52 $6 million. $6 million in 52 is like $25 million today. And when in 1962 I did the Bible.
The Bible.
Directed by John Huston, so big star. We spent in 62 $17 million. I don't know, maybe today it's $30 million. You know, you cannot make this calculation because we must be literally crazy.
Do you think that you are?
Yes, if I'm not literally crazy, I cannot spend 24 million to do Kong. I must be honest. In movie business, we must be literally crazy, but crazy in different way, not in realistic way. You understand what I mean? Crazy in take some decisions, to believe in what you got to do it, to believe, to make a family entertainment with Kong, you can spend $24 million. The money can come back or not. But this is not the point, because with some picture you can lose money, other picture you can have a profit. It's our satisfaction to have people like you say, Dino, I love Kong. You understand? Dino, I cry when I see the end of this movie.
Dino, speaking of profit, if we don't take a break for a commercial, then we have a profit deficit. So we'll take a break and we'll continue with Dino de Laurentiis after this. Dino de Laurentiis is with us. You know, Dino, in New York Magazine, there was a fascinating article, I thought, about you, written by Mary Murphy. She spent a lot of time traveling with you. And she described you as someone capable of Italian brutality. And what do you think she meant by Dino de Laurentiis linking you with Italian brutality? Why did she use that phrase?
Decidedly, I don't know. We have to ask to Mary Murphy. Italian brutality. You know, I work with passion. You cannot work with cold mind. Yes, you have to take your decision with cold mind, no question about it. But you come involved with your passion, with your heart. You cannot do it just to do it something, especially when you have to do something dealing with artistic creation. You must do what's inside of you.
When do you do your best thinking? First thing in the morning, you get up 5 o'clock every morning. No matter how late you're out at night?
And no matter if it's Christmas or Sunday or Easter, 5 o'clock every day I must come out. I cannot stay in bed anymore. But I take a nap, what to say in English, in the afternoon.
In the afternoon.
For lunch, 1 hour. But it's best time to work for me is from 5 to 9 in the morning.
And then you do a lot of your creative thinking and so forth?
The best way to read the script, no telephone call, quiet, and to take your notes. The best time for me, really.
You know, but I'm sitting here realizing if Dino de Laurentiis did not have the discipline to get up at 5 o'clock or whatever in the morning, you probably would not be the success you are, just because you get up that early in the morning.
Yeah, it is one of the elements, you know, to do what I do. You must love to do your job. I love to make a movie. To make a movie is my hobby. It is very important. Because you just to do for job, you can work every day, 18 hours a day, night, Saturday, Sunday, Easter. You know, it's impossible to do it. You realize, Billy, in the last 16, 17 months, I don't take 1 day vacation just to be ready for Kong. You
know something? You're making me feel a little guilty because I'm taking 2 weeks. Maybe I'll change it around.
I go tomorrow too for 2 weeks.
Well, that's good. You deserve it. Sure. Let's take a look at King Kong. We have a clip from the film now. Which scene is this?
She's being strung.
Oh, this is a scene. This is similar to the scene in the original where the natives are stringing her up, offering her to Kong. Kong makes his first appearance in this, and when I saw this film, when I saw this particular screening, the audience cheered when Kong first came on the screen. Maybe you'll cheer at home. Watch. That made me feel so good.
Fortune.
Oh, that sequence cost a fortune?
This sequence without Kong. Cost around $3-4 million.
Without
Without the Kong, without taking any consideration how much Kong cost, because for 4 or 5 weeks, every night. In Los Angeles, night finish around 11 o'clock, because you have no possibility to go, there's too much noise, you know? And you start 7 o'clock until 11, and you have to stop. With the crowd, with dance, with playback, with the music, which is a big wall. The big wall you just saw cost $1 million to set, only to set.
Oh, so what do you do with it when you're finished with it?
Oh, you destroyed everything, and you try to sell.
Well, I know you have fireplaces in your house, but but that's a lot of wood that you have there. And another thing I wonder about Dino de Laurentiis is the power that you represent to other people, not yourself, other people. All the people in the movie business who want to get close to Dino, all the would-be actors, the writers, the directors who want to get close to Dino, who see you as somebody who can make their career, can make them big, rich stars. How do you deal with evaluating who is being sincere with you and who is trying to use you?
Yeah, I have one very clear attitude. I never use power, because the power is used from, in my opinion, from stupid people. You can handle the people, I can deal with the people only in human basis. In talking, in try to understand the personality from which you talk, what this guy have inside of him and his brain. But if you use power, it's just stupid thing, you don't reach any conclusion. Only in human relation. I really believe also in human relation, because especially in our business. You know, when you talk with artists, with the creative people, you must try to understand. Sometimes, supposing I use a power, I say, no, I want to be this scene in this way. Maybe you're wrong. You have to listen, and maybe listen, better idea come from the people who talk with you.
You have to keep your ears open.
You must be open all the time, because the good idea come from everyone, and you have to keep it, and take for you the best idea. You must be open and have a human being relation. This is the only way you can work in this business.
But you're not afraid to fire somebody. I've read that
if it's necessary, sure. Because, you know, in the way I work with director, I give the director completely freedom to shooting the picture in the way it will be done. But if I don't trust anymore, if I don't like what you're going to do, then I use the power. I use the power for stupid people who won't understand what will be done. And when you're dealing with intelligent people, you know, my philosophy is you put two people around today, also in political situation. One of the two are stupid. You have no conclusion. Both are intelligent. Some conclusion go out. No problem. No question about it.
Is it true that you're going to apply your talents to making another version of King Kong 2?
Yes, I must say, you know, we built this huge, fantastic ape. It cost us $3 million. He holds now in Los Angeles. I think we're going to do it next summer for release in December '78.
And then no more apes for you
no more apes.
For quite some time. What are some of the other things that you would like to turn your talent and your energy to?
We work now on Doctor of a Book Ragtime, directed by Milos Forman. We hope to start next year, around September, October.
Now, let's pause on that for a second. Obviously, we know. Well, we'll take a break for commercial, and we'll continue with Dino. I want to ask you about what makes a good story. We'll get into that after this. Because everybody has ever... Dino de Laurentiis, preceded by his good friend King Kong. Now, when we took a break for a commercial, I was about to ask, you said you're going to make a film of the novel Ragtime. Give us a little bit of an insight into how Dino de Laurentiis picks a story and how important the actual story is to the movie.
Well, to me, the story really must be the star #1 in any movie.
The story is the star.
The most important thing. If you have the right story, you can go with unknown, or you can go with the star. In other words, great star no help any bad movie, bad story. But good story, he can make the actor. You can do with unknown good story. You know, some people ask me, what is the producer really doing in this period of preparation? Well, the producer must select the story, approve the script, work in the script, select the director, select the cast, see the daily, approve the final cut, decide when the picture ever will be released, decide the promotion, everything. Now,
Don't forget the musical score.
music score.
Gotta have music in there.
Sure.
Wouldn't it be terrible if you made a whole movie and left out the music?
Yeah, it's no.
No, impossible, right?
Impossible.
You remember.
Yeah.
At some point you get it.
If the picture is a flop, the responsibility belongs only to the producer. Means some decisions are wrong.
Just
From the
take
director.
a moment and look back on some. You made 400 films. Some of them have obviously been flops. Pick one out and tell us why you think it flopped.
Buffalo Bill,
Buffalo Bill.
directed by one of the greatest directors in the United States, was flop.
Paul Newman.
Paul Newman, great star, the audience don't care about because the story was completely wrong. I told to Bob Altman, he was a producer and director in this movie, had full control of everything. I said, Bob, it's not work. We have to change the script. He said, Dino, I got to change. He never did. This is one specific example.
Oh, that's a
Another
good.
example is Serpico.
Serpico.
I did the Serpico. I read the 10 page from new book Peter Maas. I decided to do it. Fantastic movie from every place.
Yeah, so that was a good story.
Good
You
story.
They say, Dino, that your handshake is better than a contract. Is that correct?
Yes, you know why? Very simple. When you shake the hand, you have a deal. And you cannot broken. In contract, always is some possibility to broken contract.
But if you give it your
in
handshake.
the American style, because everything, the contract is 50 page, 60 page, everything is in the way. If you shake the hand,
Yeah. Why do you think there are so many rumors, or there have been rumors about Dino de Laurentiis being a front for the mafia? I know off and on over the years I've read that. Why? Is it
No.
just because you're Italian? What's the reason?
maybe one because I'm Italian, maybe because also when you're successful, somebody ever to tell something about you. You cannot have only friend, you can have also enemy. And then some people, when Mary Murphy come with this story in the newspaper, I say, you're right, Mary. I show you my mafia people in Amsterdam when we arrive in Amsterdam. We arrive in Amsterdam, we are meeting with my bank people. I say, Mary, this is my mafia. It's one of the most important banks in Amsterdam. No, just a rumor, you know.
It probably has to do with the fact that you're Italian. and
Yes, an
it-
Italian, yeah. Let me take advantage, you know. I'm Italian, I'm a resident in the United States. Next year I go to take the American passport, I come American. But I still remain Italian. If you give me permission, I want to say in Italian,
Go right ahead.
Italian people, buon Natale, un felice anno nuovo per il 1977.
Ah, thank you very much. That was Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year?
Correct, you understand
Good.
Italian.
Good. Well, I understand the feelings, I think, that were coming off that. Would you take a moment and tell the story of the black shoes?
Well, if you have time.
I think we have time for, we always have time for a good
Well,
story.
Black Shoes is a very strange story. When I was a young boy, 14 years old, I want to be an actor. And I need the money for food, to live, you know, like every boy. I don't want to ask money home because I was afraid my father said, come back home. And then one day in Cinecittà, the director chose me for a small part in a movie. And then he said, tomorrow you come with black shoes.
You had to have black shoes to get the
And I
part.
have no black shoes in my home because I was only brown shoes. It was Friday, and I had to be ready for Monday. For me, this job was very important. You work 1 week with this salary, I can live 3 months in Rome, you know. Then he came back home, and I stopped in one shop with shoes. And I seen them made beautiful black shoes. I said, this is what I need. And automatically I go in the shop. And I sit down and I ask, please, I can try the shoe. Perfect. You like? Oh, beautiful. I have no money with me, I have no money for pay. Then I say, is the owner here? He says, the cashier is the owner. I beat the cashier and I say, I like this shoe. You buy very well, it's a good price. Yes, but I have no money to pay. You look and say, why have to lose time for you? And I explain my story. I have a job in Cinecittà, I have no money, I need these shoes to go to work Monday. He looked at my face and he said to me, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I trust your face, I give you the shoes.
Yeah.
And then when I received the money, I got back to pay. 26 years later.
That's what, already it's a good story. But 26 years
Yes,
later.
when I have a studio in Rome, this guy from the shop come to see me. He said, Mr. De Laurentiis, you remember me? I said, no. Did he explain me? Oh, yes, now I remember you. He said, my wife, she died. The shop, I have no money anymore, I need a job. And I put in charge of some operation in the studio to give a chance to live. And he stay with me all his life.
I think that's a great story. I really do. I think that's a very, very special kind of thing. I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about what you're like around the house. Do you like to cook? Do you get
it's
into
my hobby to cook.
Your hobby is to cook?
You can argue about my movie, but not in the way I cook. Sure.
What are your specialties?
Spaghetti, pasta, vegetable, everything. Really, I'm a great cook.
Yeah?
Fantastic.
Sauces of all distinctions?
I go to do for some special American friend spaghetti breakfast, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Spaghetti breakfast,
Spaghetti
Dino?
breakfast. It's a fried spaghetti. You have to cook night before. Then you fry it in some special way, are just very crispy and fantastic.
Oh, I think that's.
One day I cook for you, baby.
I'll be. Can we shake on that?
We have a deal.
We have it on video.
We have
it on videotape. I want to ask another thing. Why are you as successful as you are with seducing talent? I don't mean that in a sexual sense. I mean seducing talent to be in your films. What is the rapport that you have that makes it so special?
I don't know really, Bill. That is another question. I have no logical explanation to you. Maybe because I tell the truth all the time.
Always the truth?
Because it's the secret of my life, to tell the truth. And I explain you why. You can be honest or not. I don't want to come in this argument now, but I have so many things to do during the day. If I like to do now, and I said, this is red, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then in 6 months from now, I meet you again. And you say, Dino, you say this is red. I say, it's red. If really red, I remember, you can never forget what is really true.
Mm-hmm.
But you forget when you lie. You cannot lie.
Boy,
It's
I think
impossible.
that's excellent. I think that's excellent.
And I tell the truth. When some big star talk with me, I say the truth, exactly what is the situation, what can be done or not. And the people love me, especially for this reason.
There's one other thing, and then I know you have to go, I want to ask just a little bit about, and that is, why do you think, since the time you were a little boy, you always wanted to be in the movie business when your mother and father had nothing to do with it? Your father worked in a pasta factory, there you were, in not a large city in Italy. Why?
I don't know. I just feel great attraction. At the beginning, I want to be an actor because I don't know what is in the back of the camera. Then when I realized, but really I don't know, I just feel attracted to be in show business. When you want to come, what is
Same
your
thing.
style?
My answer is the same as yours. I've always wanted to be in show business,
And you don't know why.
no logical
No
explanation.
logical explanation.
Except it's an awful lot of fun. It really is. Dino, I thank you very much.
Thank you,
It's a
Ben.
real pleasure to have you with us. I hope you'll join us again if you come back to New York
Sure.
and have a few minutes.
Pleasure. It's a pleasure.
We're going to take a break. Don't forget to go see King Kong. I think you'll find it to be a great, entertaining movie. It really is an entertaining movie. Coming up after this commercial, we'll introduce you to some party crashers who do it professionally after this.